welcome back to Jackie's Moto Garage. So as you can see, I've got two different bikes next to me right here, both very good options for beginners but very different in their own right. So I'm going to go over each one. I've taken both out for my own beginner spin, and I'm going to give you kind of my beginner insight on those, and then I'll tell you which one I would probably choose for myself. First, I'm going to start with the Harley Davidson Street Rod 750. This one, overall, the style I really like. So some specs on this bike: it's got a V-twin engine, liquid cooled belt drive, 6-speed. It's about 520 pounds and about 29 inches tall. I'll show you how I sit on this bike. At about 5'5", I'm able to flat foot this bike. But something that I did notice with myself is that I have to have a pretty wide stance on this bike if I don't want to burn myself on this. So this one has the mid controls and the drag bars, which make for a more aggressive stance. I could see just rolling around town, maybe going to work, going out for a ride, this wouldn't be an issue. And it wasn't an issue for me just riding around the neighborhood, but I could imagine that this would get pretty dang uncomfortable on a long ride. Something else to note with this bike is that it has the fly-by-wire throttle, which is a little bit more twitchy. It's not one that I'm really used to, but again, if this is your first bike and you don't know the difference, then I don't see that being a big issue for you. So I'm going to move over to the Kawasaki Vulcan S. This one is 650cc. It has the parallel twin engine. This one is chain drive, 6-speed, liquid cooled. So this one sits a little bit shorter than the Harley. It can be about 26 to 28 inches tall. It's a little bit lighter at about 491 pounds. I'll give you a little view of how I look on this. So this one overall is a lot more comfortable for me. I'm lower to the ground, and it's got these forward controls, which this is the first bike that I've ridden with forward controls, and actually really liked it a lot. It took a little bit to get used to, just with the shifting and stuff is a little bit different, but this was a lot more comfortable for me. And we've got the bars that come back, which makes it for a less aggressive stance than the Harley. So with this bike, this isn't really the style that I would usually pick for a motorcycle. I would probably go more with the styling of the Harley, but the comfort and the performance on this bike were amazing. I was able to ride this around the neighborhood no problem. Felt really comfortable. I wasn't cramped at all, and I really liked it. Both of these turned very easily for me. The throttle on this one is along the lines of what I'm used to, just riding with the DRZ and the Grom. But I think overall both would be good beginner options. So you probably want to know a little bit more of the specs with these bikes. For the Harley, this one is about 53 horsepower and about the same amount of torque. And then with the Kawasaki, we've got about 70 horsepower and 48 foot-pounds of torque. I mean, both of these bikes have their pros and cons. Either one would make great beginner bikes. But if I had to choose just based on the styling, I would probably go with the Harley. If I had to go with comfort and performance, then I would go with the Kawasaki Vulcan S. This one, just, you can't beat the comfort of this bike. Alright guys, there you have it, my comparison, my beginner comparison on the Street Rod and the Vulcan S. Let me know which one you would choose down in the comments, and if you like the video, make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. That little boy.